Good evening. Good evening, and welcome back to the channel. There's 23 people online so far. Let's see who's in the comments before we get right into the. Don't even say that. Don't even say that. Anyway, let's see who's in the comments. And then we've got. I want to talk about yesterday. I want to talk about Brendan Rodgers and the Green Brigade. Obviously, a lot of people have just watched the video from earlier today. And I'm not going to speak about that in this video. I said what I needed to say in that video, and I'm going to leave it at that. Everyone knows what this channel has been built on, going back over 12 years now. So I think I'll just leave that at that. But I want to talk about Brendan Rodgers and how he was applauded by some of the Green Brigade yesterday. Right, let's get to the comments first of all and see who's all online before we get into a quiz after that also. Pork Chop Express says, I applauded the Green Brigade for their channels for Arm and Atmosphere. Great the games. Pork Chop's online. Hail, hail. Johnny Boy Graham's online. Tam Mac's online. Paul McEwen is online. Fucking Ferries just came in. Ali Jones online. Rod's online. Lanky's on. Helen's on. Hail, hail, I'll use. Craig Gilmer's on. Lorna, Craig Gilmer, Helen McCallum, and you spoilers, Baz. Lanky. It's not Super Sunday for me, as rough as a Badgers Sunday, says Lanky. Patrick Toners in for Belfast. Hail, and something to date is in also. I'm going to end up missing out some. Hello, everyone, says Diane. And Robert, I'll let you have the last one. So, hail, hail. Let's get to the video from there was a video released. You've probably seen it if you're on YouTube and you follow the fast loving sin soaked heathen who sits in the main stand. He put out a video, put it on Twitter first, and let's face it, the Green Brigade and Brendan Rodgers didn't get off to the best of starts, but his footage has shown that it could be a bit of an improving relationship between Brendan and the Green Brigade as Brendan walked around behind the team, and the team was getting applauded as they do when they win at Celtic Park. They do their little lap of, it's not really a lap of honour, it's just thanking the fans. I hate it when people say it's a lap of honour. It's not. It's never been a lap of honour. It's always been, because they do it when we get beaten, they do it when we draw. It's always been about thanking the fans that turn up and make that effort to back the team on a weekly basis. The victory, obviously, yesterday maintains that we're top of the league. We are top of the league on 13 points. We've played 5 games. Our goal difference is at 8. St Mirren are in second place on 11 points. Motherwell are on 10 points. And then the Rangers are on 9 points. They've played 5 games. Goal difference is 6. So we've actually got a better goal difference. Hello. Oh dear. Right. And then St John's and Aberdeen. Aberdeen are a bit of a disappointment this season, and even Hibs. You would never expected Hibs and Aberdeen to be sitting in 10th and 11th in the league. So going back to his video, he said, are the Green Brigade actually softening their stance towards Brendan Rodgers? Still a bit of work to be done, judging by this clip taken after today's 3-0 victory against Dundee during the circuit of Celtic fan appreciation, aka the lap of honour. It's a step in the right direction that some of the fans, some of the Green Brigade were seen to be clapping. There were ones that weren't clapping them, but it seems to be a softening within the section. Tell me your thoughts on that in the live. In fact, don't bother. Tam Mac, you've got the spanner, Tam. Great show. Thanks for that. Vincent. Oh, no, there's a blue bear in. There's a blue bear in. I think Blue Bear is now the resident zombie. Anyway, whoever's got the spanner, in fact, I'll do it myself because Blue Bear was deleted. You deleted message, that, and hide user on channel. So you'll never be seen again. You'll never be seen again. But thanks for subscribing. Thanks for subscribing, Blue Bear, and thanks for taking that little 5-minute time before you could comment. Anyway, let's move on. Hello, what is it? Yep, Lanky, he was in for a second and about him. Perfect. No, I've not, Aiden. Why would I do that? Anyway, let's. In fact, we don't have a ceiling fan in here at all. Just that fan. Anyway, let's move on. See you later, Blue Bear. Right. So I thought I'd try something a little bit different tonight. and we're going to do a Celtic quiz, but it's a Celtic quiz with a little bit different. It's a Celtic quiz of 20 questions about European football from 1967 to 2007. And so I hope you've all got your pens and bit papers at the ready because I'm not taking any notes, and nobody wants any prizes. No prizes at all. I like Rangers. So if you're doing this competition, no, you're not. You're nothing like Rangers. Anyway, right, let's get on to the quiz. Let's get right into the quiz. Question number one: who scored the winning goal for Celtic in the 1967 Cup final against Inter Milan? You've got 20 seconds. I should have got the countdown timer on. Like, come on, he's listening. Stop talking amongst yourselves. The first question is: who scored the winning goal for Celtic in the 1967 European Cup final against Inter Milan? Stevie Chalmers. Good. Starting to get some interaction on the live. Chalmers. Right, once one person says it right, it's obvious. Right. So, yes, the first one. It wasn't strange. It was Chalmers. There you go. I'm going to check that. I done a little bit of cheating on this, and just let me check. 'Cause I thought I've been running really late to these, so I thought I was asked ChatGPT. I said, "Give me 20 quiz questions about Celtic's goal scorers and European football matches from 1967 to 2007." So I'm just going to say, who scored the winning goal? Celtic Inter Milan. Da, da, da. I don't think it was. Let's see if got it right. Oh, fuck. Oh, swore live on air. Copy. Tommy Gemmell. Two got. Stevie Chalmers scored the winner. See, ChatGPT is wrong. This quiz could just be a total laugh. So let's see how good. Let's see, Mohammed, get in there. Stevie Chalmers, who's up for Tuesday? Yes, I'm well up for Tuesday. Right, the next question that I got from ChatGPT was: which Celtic player was the top goal scorer in European competitions in the 1970s? Which Celtic player was the top goal scorer in European competitions during the 1970s? That's interesting. Let's see what people come back with, and let's see if ChatGPT ain't got a clue. It must be a like idiot. This is true. This is true. Let's see if it gets that net Lennox. No, it's not actually, not according to this. Um, but let's ask the question of yeah, it's right. Let's see who gets it. No, it wasn't Lennon, wasn't yep, somebody's got it right. Somebody has got it right. I'm not gonna say yet, but somebody has got it right. Homo Silla. So the question was, question number two: what Celtic player was the top goal scorer in European competitions in the 1970s? Wasn't Lennox, wasn't Dixie Deans, wasn't Momo Salah. It's Smell the Glove got it right. It was Kenny Dalglish. Kenny Dalglish scored 39 goals in all competition. 1972, 78. I know that wasn't a European football. Ah, you stupid. This could be just a total laugh. It's never going to give you it. Let me just see what Chat GPT said. It just said that Kenny Dalglish was the top goal scorer in European competitions during the 90s. Do you know what? I'll probably end up scrapping this. I'm probably going to end up scrapping it. It was me, King Kenny. What's the prize, Baz? It's a bit like playing for Rangers. If you get a question right, you get the wee beat Baz ones at a quiz on YouTube. So nothing. That's the prize that you get. If you get a couple of questions right, you get the question, you get the prize of we won against Baz once on YouTube. It's like Rangers winning a game at the end of the season against Celtic. Nothing, nothing. Anyway, it's just a bit of laugh tonight because there is Celtic news out there, but there's a little cheeky video coming up right after this live. So the next question, see what the next question, what ChatGPT came up with. And let's see, knowledgeable chat GPT is the third one. In 1981, which Celtic striker became top goal scorer in European club in the European Cup that season? All right, okay. In 1981, which Celtic striker became the top goal scorer in the European Cup that season? Right, I've no idea what you're saying, Mohammed. McCulloch. Yeah, he's a Hun fan. He'll hear from Malta. Right, has anybody got a clue? Scroll down and see what it says. Ah, you're bound to get this one. You all hate him. 1981. The top goal scorer for Celtic at the European Cup. He's all hate him with a vengeance. No, it's not McCulloch, it's not McCluskey. And that can't be right. Maybe it was actually. 'Cause he would have went down south. You all hate him. Yeah, Mohammed, if you don't speak English, thanks for subscribing, but sorry, we can't read what you're saying. No, it wasn't McCluskey. 1981. Lorna gets in there. Lorna gets in there. What gave it away? The fact that I said, you'll hate him. You'll hate him with a vengeance. You'll hate him with a vengeance. Yes, it was Charlie Nicholas, according to Chat GPT. Right, number 4, the questions that I got from Chat GPT. Who scored the famous Lisbon Lions goal in 1967? It's the same as the first question, you stupid AI thing. Right, we all know that one because it was Tommy Gemmell. Neil Lennon. Neil Lennon. Neil Lennon. Right, let's go into the next one. We're on number 5. Number 5 is which Celtic player scored a memorable hat trick against Sporting Lisbon in 1983-84 European Cup? Which Celtic player scored a memorable hat trick against Sporting Lisbon in 1983-84 European Cup? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. McGarvey, nope. I'll give you a hint. He went to Man United. You're going to get it from that. You've got to get it from that. He ended up in the backroom staff. Yes, McClare. He ended up in the backroom staff at Man United. He obviously went there with Fergie, and he went there with Fergie and ended up there. He was at Man United for years, absolute years. Was Brian McClare. Right, number 6. Number 6 in the questions was in 1992-93 UEFA Cup. This Celtic player was top goal scorer for the club. Who was he? In 1992-93, now we were garbage back in 92-93. 1992-93 UEFA Cup. This Celtic player was top goal scorer for the club. Who was he? Wow. When you think about it, God, was that 92-93? Chalky, Collins. Yep, Collins. It was Collins. There you go. Craig Gilmer, you get it. John Collins. 1990. 92, 93. Lambert wasn't with Celtic then. Lambert didn't get to Celtic until 1989. Right, here's a good one. Here is a good one. The next one. Who scored the crucial away goal against Juventus in 2000-2001 UEFA Cup that helped Celtic advance? Who scored the crucial away goal against Juventus in the 2001-2002 UEFA Cup that helped Celtic advance? And if you watch the channel, you'll know that that he drinks out here. That's just give it away. That wasn't Hartson. That's narrowed it down. No, it wasn't Chris Sutton either. Yep. Jeff Ray gets it. Alan Thompson. Alan Thompson scored the goal. Don't ask me to talk about it because I asked GPT for the questions. Anyway, let's go on to number 8. Question number 8. In the 1986-1987 European Cup, this Celtic striker scored 5 goals against Partizan Belgrade in a single match. Who was he? In 1986-87 European Cup, This Celtic striker scored 5 goals against Partizan Belgrade in a single match. Who was he? That's almost Jackie Jack. No, Big Jackie. No, it wasn't. According to this, double check. Judas. No, I would double check it though. 1986-87. Who scored 5 goals against Partizan Belgrade? Double check. Um, 1989. All right, here we go. It was a 9 goal thriller. Wow. What is him? Billy McNeil was the manager. Well, that's wrong. Let me just double check. Yeah, it was Jackie. Well, we're going to just ditch this because ChatGPT's not got a clue what it's talking about. ChatGPT says it was, what is it? Frank McAvenny. But it wasn't Frank McAvenny. It was Jackie. Yeah, it was Jackie. Yeah, Bonner was goalie. Yeah, it was Jackie. I'm going to ditch it because ChatGPT is just absolute rubbish. Rubbish. So we're going to ditch that. I now need to fill 45 minutes. No, let's go on and let's see how crazy the world of the internet is. And talking about the internet and everything, do you know the nonsense that goes on? Um, it was interesting just to see. I can't mind these. Be easier if you draw them, Baz. Yep, it would be that. Right, let's move on and let's see the next question. The crazy world of Chat GPT gave us. Who scored Celtic's first ever goal in the UEFA Champions League group stages in 2001 2002 season? Who scored Celtic's first ever UEFA Champions League group stage goal in 2001 2002? Interesting. According to this. No, it wasn't something. Are you just saying something? I mean, ChatGPT is getting pumped. No, it wasn't Larson. It wasn't Henrik. It was a player that came into Celtic, and people said, "Why are Celtic buying this player? Why are they bringing him in?" He was classed as an old man. He was classed as an old man. That should give it away. That should give it away. He was classed by the media as an old man at the time, and then he went on to have fantastic. Lubo, you get it in one, Stuart. You got it in one. Martin got it first. Sorry, Martin, seen that. Lubo, Lubo. According to ChatGPT in the group stages, yeah, this is what it says. Well, don't know if it was the group stages. It says who scored Celtic's first ever goal in the UEFA Champions League group stage. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's get on to number 10. The question that ChatGPT is ChatGPT, a current one. In 1974-75 European Cup. Oh, 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 oh. Who scored the crucial away goal? Oh, sorry. Wait a minute here. We're way ahead of ourselves. Number 10. There we go. In 1974, 1975 European Cup, which Celtic player was top goal scorer for the club? In 1974-75 European Cup, which Celtic player was the top goal scorer for the... Now, was that the top goal scorer for the club that season or in the European Cup? Stupid question for Jack GPT. Let's see who gets it. No, it wasn't McCluskey according to this, or Lennox Douglas. Chat GPT says the Rangers are dead. I'm going to ask it that. Did Rangers die? I wonder what I'll say. Give me 2 seconds. I need to do this. Right. Did Rangers FC die? I've just asked Chat GPT. No, I just asked Chat GPT. Chat GPT, did Rangers die? Did Rangers FC die? Here's Chat GPT's answer. The last of my knowledge was updated in 2021. Rangers Football Club and did go into a period of significant financial difficulty and administration in 2012. And Rangers FC encountered several financial problems, which led to the club into administration and subsequently liquidation of the company, previously owned by the club. This resulted in the club's demotion to the third, in the fourth tier of Scottish football reconciled. However, Rangers FC, with the support of its fans and investors, underwent a process of reformation. Jesus. The last time it was updated in 2021, Rangers FC had made a successful return to the top flight, winning absolutely nothing. And nothing. And still won nothing. They won the COVID Cup. That was it. Please note the developments may have come since my last update, so I recommend checking the latest news. ChatGPT hasn't bun, it? Has to be a cat. Sefco FC got eliminated. Oh, the banter years. Honestly, ChatGPT. Right, let's get back to some of the Celtic questions that we asked ChatGPT. Now, I don't want to keep saying ChatGPT because then we'll end up ranking for ChatGPT. Who scored the winning goal again for Celtic against Real Madrid in the 1980-81 European Cup? Who scored the winning goal for Celtic against Real Madrid in the 1980-1981 European Cup? It's Harry Hood, according to this. Harry Hood. There you go. Couldn't win the Petrol Cup. Johnny Doyle, Nicholas. All right, let's get on to question 11. Well, that was question 11. Question 12. This Celtic player scored a crucial goal against Stuttgart in 2002-2003 UEFA Cup. Who was he? This Celtic player scored a crucial goal against Stuttgart in the 2002-2003 European Cup. Who was he? That's an easy one. Real easy one. Who scored the winning goal against Stuttgart in 2002-2003? Jeff has got it right according to ChatGPT. Larson. Hendrik. Hendrik Larsson. Yeah, according to ChatGPT, it was Larson. If I remember right, it was Larson. Because after Stuttgart, they do not go on to play Liverpool. Anyway, next question. 1971-72 European Cup. Who was the top goal scorer for Celtic? The 1971-72 European Cup. Who was the top goal scorer for Celtic? Larson was injured. Now there you go. Chat GPT is a current bun. It has to be. McNeil. 1971-72 European Cup. Who was Celtic's top goal scorer? According to Chat GPT, it was Dixie Dean. Dixie Deans. Who scored a hat trick against Who scored the hat trick against Ajax in the season 1982-83? Who scored the hat trick against Ajax in 1982-83? Oh wow! Yep, it must be right then. Bullshit. Who's a new Rangers player? Best country ever. It's supposed to be. That wasn't Doyle. Wasn't Doyle. Someone has got it right according to this, and I'm going to say that Robert has got it right according to ChatGPT. It was Dixie Deans, 1971-72. Right, this is an easy one. That's an easy one. Who scored Celtic's first goal in the 1997-98 UEFA Cup campaign against Vartaxe? I've no idea who. Vartex. Who scored the goal against Vartex in the 1997-98 season? 1997-98. That was the year that we stopped 10 in a row. It was a player that probably scored the most important goal of the season that season. No, he scored the most important goal of the season that season. I'll narrow it down a bit. Who scored the last goal that season? Yep, Bratback. Bratback won us the league. Oh man, that could almost bring a tears back to your eye thinking back to the days when Bratback scored that goal. Man. Anyway, number 16. This guy scored Celtic's only goal in the 1970 European Cup semi-final against Leeds United. He scored the only Celtic goal in the 1970 European Cup semi-final against Leeds. Who was the player? 1970. That's before I was born. Yeah, it was something special. I'm feeling young on this quiz. I did say it was going to be a quiz that would take us back to 1967 and ask ChatGPT because I've been that busy. I was up at 6:30 this morning and I started work at 7. I wasn't really work, but I had to do something at 7 o'clock this morning. So, yep, I've had a busy day. Jinky, Johnson, George Conlon, McCluskey, Lennox. According to this, Billy Bremner. Billy Bremner, according to ChatGPT. Right, we'll get on it. Number 17. Number 17 is who scored for Celtic against Barcelona in 2003 UEFA Cup fourth round? Who scored a late equaliser for Celtic against Barcelona in 2003? Who scored a late equaliser for Celtic against Barcelona in 2003? Remember, 2003 was the season that we did. Victor wasn't even playing with Celtic then. Nobody's got it yet. According to ChatGPT, I'll give you another minute or two. Bremner was a Leeds player. I know. ChatGPT is a current bun. Although we did ask ChatGPT if Rangers died, and they said, yeah, they went into liquidation. Anyway, according to I can't even say it. ChatGPT, it was Liam Miller. Miller. Number 18. Just flying through these questions because and number 18 in 1975-76 European Cup, who was Celtic's top goal scorer in 1975-76 European? Was Celtic even in the European Cup 75-76? 75-76 European Cup, who was Celtic top goal scorer? You better get this one. Rob Douglas. Someone's got it right. Someone's got it right. Share my channel, bro. Someone's got it right. Go over the question one more time. 1975-76 European Cup. Who was Celtic's top goal scorer? And according to ChatGPT, it's a player that went on to play for a certain team in Liverpool. And I go, yeah, it was King Kenny Lorna. Kenny, Vincent got it right. The first one to get it right, though, was FGT. He got it right first. It's Kenny Dalglish. Hail, hail for the Grampian boys. Is in the house. Right. Number 19. There's only two questions left that we asked ChatGPT to give us 20 questions. Who scored Celtic's first goal in 1988-89, the European Cup campaign against FC Zurich? Who scored Celtic's first goal in 1988-89 against FC Zurich? He's been mentioned before. So come on, get some answers up. Anyway, get the thumbs up as well. How many thumbs up do we have? Because this has just been a pure laugh tonight. 63 thumbs up. There's 129 watching. Get the thumbs. 131 watching. Rab Douglas. I don't know, so I'm off. Green and white. Lanky, you're just a lightweight tonight. Lanky. No, it wasn't McAvenny, it wasn't McStay, it wasn't Tommy Burns. According to Chat GPT, it was Brian McClare. Brian McClare. Was he still at Celtic in 89? Must have been, because that must have been the year that he went. No, it wasn't. It was 90. It was around 90 that he went. Man, right, number 20, the last one of the quiz. God, then I've got to fill about enough half an hour. I never thought this through, did I? Which Celtic player scored the decisive penalty shootout against Stava in 2003 semi-final? Who scored the penalty that put us through in 2003? The UEFA Cup semi-final. Which player scored the penalty that put us through in 2003? Let's see if you get this one right. Edward Tommy Burns. It's man. It's right, Baz. Right. we want an hour. You're going to get an hour. You're going to get an hour, but I didn't know it wasn't Larson the Van der Snow. Oh God. Remember Van der Snow was brilliant. The King of Kings. No, it wasn't the King of Kings. It wasn't Alan Thompson. It wasn't John Hartson. It wasn't Petrov. It was a young player that was brought into the team by Martin O'Neill. A young Scottish player. The Italian game. Young Scottish player that was a young Scottish player that was brought in. Lambert wasn't young when he came to Celtic, and he wasn't brought in. Wasn't I said Scottish? No, it wasn't. Forrest wasn't even born then. I don't think. Portugal, no, no, Portugal, but you're close. You are close. On to ChatGPT, he went on to have more. You got it. You got it in one. John, the truck driving legend, is still a driving god. Sean Maloney. Sean Maloney, according to ChatGPT. I can't confirm or deny any of the questions the answers were correct because I thought it'd be a fun thing to do, just ask ChatGPT. We also went on to ask ChatGPT for anyone that has just joined. Did Rangers die, ChatGPT? And it said, as at the last of my knowledge, update in September 2021, Rangers Football Club did go through a significant period of financial difficulty and administration. In 2012, Rangers FC encountered severe financial problems, which led to the club entering administration and subsequently liquidation. Liquidation means the company died. The company that previously owned the club went into liquidation. The company that previously owned the club, anyway. We'll know how that ends. However, Rangers FC and its support of its fans and investors underwent a process, and its fans and Jesus, I can't read any more of that. Right, let's move on. Let's move on. Um, 2012, rest in peace. Yeah, that's it. Chat GPT got it right. In 2012, Rangers FC encountered severe financial problems, which led the club entering into administration and subsequently liquidation. They died. ChatGPT got one question. Team for Tuesday, Baz. I've never even thought about Tuesday yet. I know a lot of guys that are already on their way. One of my brothers is actually on his way also. Calm down, you mentalist. Says DJ singing. Who you talking to me? I have no idea. Brilliant. Anyway, I thought you would just like that. It was a good. It's a Sunday night. You know what I mean? There was no game today. The game was yesterday. Since the demise of Third Lanark in 1967, there have only been three clubs, Scottish League, that have entered liquidation. Adriana's, Gretna, and Rangers. Yep, and Gretna died. Adriana's changed their name to Airdrie and moved to a different stadium. Rangers, they died, and then they came back as the Rangers, but they came back as Sevco, whatever it was. Anyway, bit pish, sorry, but it's all right, DJ, sing it, it's cool. 5-4-1 with inverted fullbacks. Let's talk about that tomorrow night on the live. I know it's on the night before, but I've not even thought about the game yet. And we should have a quiz every Sunday, Baz, fair play. Yeah, just something a bit different for the channel. Ask Donald Finlay if Rangers expired. Oh, is he still at Cowdenbeath? Is he still at Cowdenbeath? Might go and get a knocking shot beforehand in Amsterdam. He probably might, because I think they're flying into Amsterdam first. I think they're staying in Amsterdam tonight and then heading down towards Rotterdam to get some hardcore techno. Anyway, come back like a bad smell. Yeah, they did. They came back like a bad smell. Scots law says died 2012. They did. They did. They died in 2012. Anyway, let's get back to what we said at the start of the video, where we spoke at times. How long have we been on? How long have I got to go? Oh man, I've got to fill 23 minutes. That quiz didn't go the way. Is it still playing the foot? Where is Feyenoord? It is in Rotterdam. Rotterdam. Rotterdam's in the house. Hardcore techno country. Ask originally Alan McGregor why he got a free transfer. Yeah, you can ask a lot of players why they got free transfers. Right, let's move on and talk about what we spoke about at the beginning. Is the Green Brigade gradually softening their stance on Brendan Rodgers? As Brendan and as the team walks around the park yesterday, going by fast loving sin-soaked heathen that's on Twitter. He's also on YouTube. He does a lot of Celtic videos from the main stand. If you've not seen his channel, you've probably seen his channel if you've watched anything to do with Celtic. He did put on Twitter. Still a bit of work to do, judging by this clip taken after yesterday's game, 3-0 victory against Dundee. During the circuit of fan appreciation, aka the lap of honour, he says it's a step in the right direction. Some of the Green Brigade were clapping. Others, as Brendan Rodgers passed, put their hands down by their side. I'm not going to get into the rights or wrong of the Green Brigade. Everyone's got their own thoughts on it. I've fully backed the group and everything that they've done for a long time. So you know where you stand when you come to this channel. This channel is never going to be an apologetic channel for, and it's probably one of the reasons that I'll never ever get asked to do fan media, because I'll never sell my soul to the devil, as they say. Anyway, Baz, you look as if you could see this one far enough. I've got plenty of time tonight. Plenty of time. Love Amsterdam. Maybe Jota in January. That's been one of the craziest things ever. Huns should be illegal, full stop. Yeah, they should. Baz, you're struggling to sing along. Sing along to what? Baz, stop. The clock. I've got 21 minutes to go. 21 minutes to go. Got 21. Baz, ask Glasgow Chat GPT the same question, please. I need to ask Google. There's a Google version. Right, let's see what Celtic news is coming around tonight. Lewis Palmer. Lewis Palmer, Arthur Johnson jokes about pulling up. Lewis Palmer after intentional athletic. Albion Chetty. Oh, he has an interest. Oh, that's the Rangers. Who cares? Who cares? Here's one for you that has just came out. A bit of a story or not. Victor Wanyama, brilliant comment on Celtic from Glasgow. It's been a long time known that Victor Wanyama was influential in Alistair Johnson arriving at Celtic, but the Canadian has proved fresh insight into how the move came around, Johnson went on to say that him and Victor were close teammates in Montreal, the major soccer league, even living together. Imagine living together with Victor Wanyama. That must have been a pile of laughs. Johnson became aware of Celtic. He's quickly placed. Uh, the Kenyan basically told him everything that he needs to know about Celtic. He says, "Look, speaking of Greg Taylor at Celtic TV, he was asked about his move to Glasgow. Victor definitely helped. Uh, Going into the end of that season, the playoffs, there was some interesting views from overseas, and then leading into the World Cup. He says, I'd heard some rumblings that Celtic were watching me. For myself, growing up in a household, he said that was really cool. It's a massive club. Obviously, I've grown up knowing about Celtic, and I kind of always idolised Celtic. Then you have Victor, who's in the same squad as me. I was asking him all the time his thoughts on Celtic. He said, look, Victor says, I think it'll be a perfect fit for you. Everything about the club and the fans, he played for some big clubs, Spurs, Southampton. Oh, come on, he never said that. He says, but he said Celtic were up there. Celtic were the biggest fan base and the best. Victor Yama said, look, he said, this is a perfect fit, just not for you as a person, but from a professional perspective. When I heard it from him, that's all I needed to know. He said, I was lucky I got it across the line. I'm really happy to be here. And he's very happy to had a very successful 8 months. You have to think that Alistair Johnson, do it live, it'll crack you up. Don't do it live, it'll crack. Don't do it what live. Taylor's better than Scales at left back. Anybody going on Tuesday? Could you bring me back? Oh my goodness. Anyway, do it live Tuesday. That's it. Mohammed was saying the Huns are zombies. Somebody translated it. Has he said the Huns were zombies? Let's get underrated skills anymore. Let's not underrate skills anymore. Yeah, I think Steve Guppy helped us. Steve Guppy was good. Mohammed was saying zombies. Scales in the middle. Right, let's talk about Tuesday and Alistair Johnson. It's crazy to think that Alistair Johnson has only been here for 8 months, 9 months now. We're into September. And it's only water tonight. Alistair Johnson, apart from his will never apologise for the support of the Green Brigade. Exactly, Paul. Alistair Johnson is one of those players that have came in and loves everything about Celtic, loves the club. The fact that he played with Victor Wanyama and obviously Celtic were sniffing about before he went to the World Cup, and then once everyone heard that, everyone started watching the Canada games. Once everyone heard that it kind of came out that Celtic were ready to make an offer, I think everyone started watching and thought, "How good is this player?" And you've got to say, Alistair Johnson, he's a total machine. Can you get a stick of rock from Rotterdam? Worried about Tuesday. Got a team out like we did for the first half, and it's over. Tam, we're not going to put out a team like we did Tuesday. The first half, I said on Friday night, and we'll stand by it, I said Turnbull will start. And I said Turnbull will only start for one reason, because he's one of the fitter players. Turnbull won't start on Tuesday. I'm going to say that now. I think we'll go straight in with Hatate. Alistair Johnson is far better than Joseph Juranovic. Yes, I kind of agree with that. So I'm going to get a little bit windy tonight. Getting a bit windy. But lucky to hang on to Johnson. He's absolutely top class. Alistair Johnson, I think he'll be at Celtic for 2 or 3 seasons yet. He's a clever guy. He's a clever guy, and he knows that he can probably leave Celtic and go and get more wages. But all the players now at Celtic in this current squad are going to look at what happened to their WAM reject, and they're going to look at what happened to Jota, and they're not going to be so quick to jump after the money. And you look at some of the players in the past, you can leave Celtic and then you never win nothing, you never achieve nothing. There was a striker that played at Celtic that went down south because he thought he would get into the England team. And he was absolutely fantastic at Celtic. He went down south and he done absolutely nothing, and he had a pretty average career. He thought he was going to go down and get into the England team, and he never. Jota will get a massive payoff. There's no chance that they'll pay off Jota's contract and let him go for nothing. They'll try and sell him again in the window at Christmas time. But when it comes to the likes of Alistair Johnson, Jota's in no man's land. Jota can't play football between now and Christmas until somebody either comes in for a loan for him or they try and sell him on at a massive discount, which there's probably no chance of them doing that. Um, Jota achieved the quickest move in history. Getting back to the Alistair Johnson thing, and people saying that Alistair Johnson will leave for bigger and better things, I don't think he will. I think he's too clued up, and he's too clever a player to just jump at the first big thing. You know, shiny ball syndrome. I don't think he's one of these ones that he'll jump ship just to any old club. And, you know, it would need to be one of the top clubs in England and Spain or Germany or something like that for him to go. He's not going to leave Celtic anyway for a mid-table club. Not a chance, because he knows that he can win things at Celtic. He knows that he's got that Champions League level. He's in the Canada squad. He was at the World Cup. If you want to consistently be at that level, you know, you can't drop down to a mid-table team in England. I'd love something like Weed, it says FBT. Brendan regrettably leave us. Love affair at Leicester. Celtic would give him. That's going over old ground. Only if Celtic agree him. We can't lose Dyson, says Tam Mac. Yep, I've been looking at some of the Spurs bloggers again down south, and they're talking that they are looking at Dyson, and they wouldn't be surprised if their manager put in an offer for him at Christmas. I don't think it will. Alistair Johnson, who plays the biggest wages, simple. Do you think so? Do you think so? Do you think Alistair Johnson? You've got to remember, we could have sold a player for 10 million, Matt O'Reilly, and Matt O'Reilly could have went, look, I want to go because they're offering me more money. But Celtic went, no, we're not selling him. We're not selling Matt O'Reilly because we want him to stay here and improve as a player. Alistair Johnson is in that same bracket for me. Alistair Johnson is a bit like O'Reilly could have stamped his feet and went, I want to go. I want to go. You know what I mean? Matt O'Reilly, there's been times, years gone by, that we've lost players late on in the window because they've went, yeah, I want to try a piece of that. But Matt O'Reilly didn't make any moves at all. So, yeah. We could do a profit on Jota. We doubled our profit. We more than doubled our profit on Jota, which is good. He loves the club and shows it every game. Johnson's at 100% of Tim, says Joseph. The club didn't. They want more than 10 million. Yeah, but sometimes when you're at that stage of the window, there you go, John. An early finish for once. Girls winning 4-0. For a fish supper with salt and sauce. Salt and sauce. Oh my goodness. Hopefully I will get a chippy in the next couple of months. Brendan is a better and more experienced manager. The Canadian commie. Salt and vinegar. Right, let's have a quick one. Is it salt and vinegar or salt and sauce? Remember, there is another video coming up right after this live, so make sure that you hang around for another 11 minutes and you'll get that video. Salt and vinegar or salt and sauce? Because it's a kind of east-west thing, isn't it? Salt and vinegar is more sort of through Glasgow way. Salt and sauce is sort of Edinburgh and Fife and Dundee and salt and vinegar. Huns injury list is adding now as Hour comes down. Oh, I don't care about them. 1-0 to Arsenal. Didn't even know Arsenal were playing. There you go. For you, I might have started. Oh, I'm going to start doing. I'm not going to talk about that yet. Talk about it once I'm all set up in the new studio. 30 million for Dyson, says Robert. Salt and vinegar, sauce, salt and vinegar, salt and vinegar, salt and vinegar, salt and vinegar. Chips and cheese or chips and doner meat. What's your take on that? Where are we going with this? That's a madness. Right. Lewis Palmer and Alistair Johnson played against each other before. Palmer needs pulled up as Celtic star Alistair Johnson recalls a previous battle against Honduras against Canada. Alistair Johnston. I've not watched the video, so I'm not going to comment on that yet. I'd rather watch the video and then comment on it. Right, the team for Tuesday. Tomorrow night we'll do Johnny Spawn. Pie on a roll. Pie on a roll. Chips and cheese. Isn't done. 150 million for Kyogo. I live in Edinburgh, uni years, so it's salt and sauce there. But salt and vinegar and here, coffee carbo. Scotland, salt and vinegar, loads. Neither. Haha. Chips and cheese. It's funny because I accidentally clicked on the cookie show. DJ singing. I swear it's going there. It's Sunday. It's Sunday night. Anything goes on this channel for now on Sunday. If we're not playing on a Sunday, it's going to be the live is just going to be a total free. We'll probably lose thousands of viewers and subscribers. And anyway, how's the thumbs up doing? According to this, we're sitting at 97 thumbs up. Chips and curry. Chips and curry. Chips doner meat is making me hungry. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's funny because in Scotland, doner meat and everything is seen as like bad food. Europe, um, on kebab restaurants are on a different level. You can go in and have a beer with a kebab in it. There's one restaurant near us, Turkish place, and it's like 101 ways to have kebab meat. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Ask Morellis, he was a Scottish chippy connoisseur. Right, half pie and half fish. Paella and a piece for you, Baz. You can't eat paella and a piece. Loads of bread. Pie with hundreds of vinegar. Some so. Right, you're just talking about I love about this channel. It just goes into complete mayhem and we lose loads of subscribers. And we lose viewers. Like it doesn't because we're talking about food. Talking about nothing about food. But if you missed the video, we've got 6 minutes left. And then there's another video about to come live. You'll enjoy that one. This will be a lot better than the live. I promise you. A lot better. Let's go to the dashboard and see what the subscriber count is. If you haven't subscribed, we're sitting at 13,477 subscribers. I want to try and get to 13,500 this week. And then my target is still 15,000 before we play Zombies in December. So if you haven't subscribed, it's the only thing I'm going to ask you. Make sure you have to subscribe to be able to chat on the chat. Staple diet going forward. Football. On Celtic fans food channel, says Helen. Oh, goodness, thank God I'm only drinking water tonight. Oh, man. Pie and Campbell's chicken soup. Try it. Nah. No wonder we're getting people click on and click back off again. Let's get the thumbs up. We're sitting at 102. There's 136 watching. We started streaming 50 odd minutes ago. Try a roll tea cake. Why on earth would you try leave the zombies and you leave the zombies in and I'll get 30,000. You going out tonight, Baz? No, I'm not going out tonight. I've got other things that I need to do. Today's been a crazy mad day, and it's not even finished. I need to get prepared for tomorrow, from work tomorrow. So I need to do some work stuff tonight. Can't wait for the new background. Yes, me too, because this one's a bit empty, isn't it? Just as Glasgow Chat GPT, did Rangers liquidate escape the debts? Here's what it said. Right, Baz, English game. We'll hang about for another half hour. I'm not hanging about for another half hour. There's another video going live in 6 minutes. And when I finish this video, it'll transfer you to that video. Potatoes are appreciated here. I tell you, battered king rib, mother's pride. Oh, mother's pride. I do miss mother's pride. Do miss a mother's pride. Right, let's talk about the thing that we spoke about at the beginning. Obviously, the Green Brigade, some of the Green Brigade giving Brendan Rodgers a little bit of a cheer, well, not a cheer, but they were clapping as he walked past. Did I put that picture? No, I didn't. I'll maybe put it up in the community tab. But if you go to YouTube and you look up the fast loving sin-soaked heathen, I don't know if that's his YouTube channel, but he does do a lot of Celtic videos from the main stand. And he, about after the game yesterday, and videoed Brendan Rodgers walking around the Green Brigade corner, and some of them Green Brigade clapped and some didn't. put on his Twitter. He says, "Are the Green Brigade gradually softening their stance towards Brendan Rodgers?" Question mark. Still a bit of work to be done, judging by this clip taken after today's 3-0 victory against Dundee. I know that he subscribes to the channel, so hats off to you and the videos that you always do, mate. I know that you've done them for years, just like myself, and they're always appreciated by everyone that watches them. He then goes on to say, "The lap of honour is a step in the right direction." For some of the fans clapping them. So that's good. After this, there is a video coming up. Then, yeah, the Huns greeting and magic. The ones that he does with them greeting. He goes to a lot of their marches as well and films them. Yeah, and he sits in the main stand. Right. Tomorrow night on the live, we're going to talk about obviously the big game, Celtic in Holland, Rotterdam facing Feyenoord. To be fair, I'm a bit concerned about the game. I think if we get a draw, we will be doing. Can we go seven clear on Saturday? There's my name. That's we need to get MasterChef live from Spain with Bath. Spanish MasterChefs are brilliant, by the way. Different level compared to the UK one. Oh, it's different level. Right, let's get back to the game on Tuesday. Massive, massive game for Celtic on Tuesday. Um, this will still be. They'll go through the. Well, I'll talk about that later. I'm not sure how the game's going to go. I think we're going to be back to the wall stuff. I just noticed I didn't even put up the banners. Let's go with the hoops merch one. Yeah, I didn't even have a banner on the whole video. I didn't even notice that. What do you think the score's going to be? Keep the faith, says Ali. I'd love to keep the faith, but the realist in me, and it was the realist in me that said that Turnbull would start the game on Saturday for lots of reasons. And I said that Turnbull will start due to the fact that he's probably one of the fitter guys in the squad. We need to score. 2-1 to Celtic, says Paul. Oh, Paul, that would be a cracking scoreline. But I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think it's either going to be a 2-2 or a 3-2 score. They've got goals in them. Please don't predict scores, says Tam. Yeah, I'm not going to predict scores, but it's going to be a really tough game. We're going to have to defend like we've defended like nothing else on earth. But Celtic can hit on the break. Celtic can hit on the break, and I think that's what will make sure that will make them a bit weary of us. You know, I think that 3-2 Feyenoord realistically says something today. I think you're probably right there. I mean, that's something. Would I be happy with it? Not. I think Celtic might get. Turnbull won't start. Turnbull won't start. I'll tell you that now. Turnbull won't start. I said Turnbull would start on Saturday for one reason and one reason only. The other players weren't fit to play a full 90 minutes. And he won't start on Saturday. I think we're going to, on Tuesday, sorry. He's going to go straight in with players that can win us the game because it's all going to be done in the first half. And then we're going to have to bring players, even if some of our players have got to go in the second half, it's going to be just for fitness reasons. Robert says he thinks it will win on Tuesday. Celtic need to play defensive midfield player to protect the defence. If you notice the way that we played on Saturday, in fact, I need to wind this video up just now because we're sitting 14 minutes past. Let's talk about this tomorrow. Delusional, my man. I'll be watching my fingers. I think so as well. Make sure that you watch the video that is about to go live right after this. So watch the end of this and then you'll be redirected to another video. Thank you for all watching tonight. Thank you to John. And I'll see you all tomorrow morning for the Celtic news video. And then I'll see you tomorrow night's live where we talk about everything about Tuesday's game. Everything, absolutely everything. So on that note, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans all around the world.